Hello, and welcome to the TutorNet channel. Today we are going to be discussing how to solve linear equations. An equation is two expressions set equal to each other. A linear equation is any equation that can be written in the form ax plus b equals c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and x is a variable. This form is sometimes called the standard form of a linear equation. Note that most linear equations will not start off in this form. Also, the variable may or may not be an x. A solution of a linear equation is a value such that when you replace the variable with it, it makes the equation true. In other words, the left side of the equation comes out equal to the right side of the equation. Always remember the golden rule of algebra. Whatever you do to one side of an equation must be done to the other side to maintain the balance. Let's quickly walk through the steps of solving a linear equation. Step 1, you'll simplify each side by combining like terms if needed. You'll use addition and subtraction properties to move the variable term to one side and all other terms to the other side. And then finally, on step 3, you'll use multiplication and division properties to isolate the variable. Okay, let's walk through a few examples. Okay, for the first equation, we have 5x plus 10 equals 20. So in order to solve this equation, the first step, like we mentioned, is to simplify each side. That's not needed in this case. All like terms are already combined. The second step is to use addition or subtraction properties to move the variable to one side and all the other terms to the other side. So in this case, we will subtract 10 from both sides, and we're left with 5x. This cancels out, equals 10. Third step, use multiplication and division properties to isolate the variable. So we'll multiply each side by 1 over 5 times 1 over 5. So these cancel out, and we're left with x equals 10 divided by 5, which equals 2. Okay, so we found that x equals 2. And if we plug x back into the original equation, which was 5x plus 10 equals 20, we'll go 5 times 2 plus 10 equals 20. This simplifies to 10 plus 10 equals 20, and that's correct. That gives us 20 equals 20. So that shows us that x does indeed equal 2. So you can always check your answer by plugging the variable back into the original equation and making sure that the equation is in fact true. Okay, moving on to our second example. We have 2 parentheses x plus 5 equals 3 times parentheses x minus 4. So with the first step, simplify each side. That is necessary in this case. We're going to use our distributive property to simplify this equation. So we have 2 times x plus 2 times 5 gives us 2x plus 10 equals, same thing here, 3 times x times minus 3 times 4 will give us 3x minus 12. Then we'll move to our second step and use addition and subtraction properties to move the variable term to one side and all the other terms to the other. So in this case, we can add 12 to both sides and then subtract 2x from both sides. So then we're left with 2x minus 2x is 0, 10 plus 12 is 22, equals 3x minus 2x is x, and negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So x equals 22. Okay, again, we can check our answer by plugging x back into the original equation. So in this case, it was 2 parentheses x plus 5 equals 3 parentheses x minus 4. So we plug in 22 for x, we get 2 times 22 plus 5 equals 3 times 22 minus 4. So that gives us 2. 22 plus 5 is 27 equals 3. 22 minus 4 is 18. From there, 2 times 27 equals 54, and 3 times 18 equals 54. So again, this is correct. So x does equal 22 because it satisfies this equation. Okay, moving on to our final example. We're going to simplify each side and use the distributive property here and here. So this comes out to 2x plus 20 minus 7 equals 2x minus 2. Then we can simplify further and combine like terms, and we're left with 2x plus 20 minus 7 is 13 equals 2x minus 2. Then we'll use the addition and subtraction properties to move the variable term to one side and all the other terms to the other side. So here we'll subtract 2x from both sides and add 2 to both sides. And we're left with 2x minus 2x is 0. 13 plus 2 is 15. And 2x minus 2x is 0. And negative 2 plus 2 is 0. So here we're left with 15 equals 0. Obviously, we know that 15 is not equal to 0. So in this particular linear equation, there is no solution. All right, that wraps up our discussion on linear equation. Thanks for watching. Please drop any other topics you would like us to cover in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.